Rams make a major move, and this has Rams fans ecstatic. The breakdown of the move that the Rams made, as well as a score prediction for the ever-important game tomorrow night against the Buccaneers. All that and more in this episode of Rams Digest, and welcome back to another episode of Rams Digest. I'm your host, Josh with Finehirsh, and before we get into today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5K, 5,000 subscribers. If you want to be a part of that journey, make sure to hit that sub button right now, click that notification bell, click all, so you get notified and never miss whenever we post our daily new Rams Digest video content pieces covering all things Rams, so you do not miss a beat this NFL regular season. And make sure to leave a like on this video right now for week 9, week 12 being in the books right now, underway. Tomorrow night, Rams-Bucs should be a great one. I would like to stream tomorrow. I just have to make sure that the tech is all working on my side, so make sure to stay tuned for a stream tomorrow. And if there is no stream tomorrow, be prepared for a video if there's no stream. If streaming, there will be no video, but if there's no stream, there will be a video. So there will be content coming at you tomorrow regardless, so make sure that you are tuned in for that. I hope to stream because I love streaming, even though Josh cannot make it tomorrow. I hope to be streaming solo for that 1 week, and then we're back to duo streams for the rest of the season, hopefully all the way up through the Super Bowl. But now we have to get to the Rams move of today. The big major move. The Rams extended a linebacker, Nate Landman, and as a Rams fan, I am ecstatic. This story is brought to us by a Ramblin' Fan, which we're going to get into right now. The LA Rams defense has been a huge mystery and dichotomy of the roster as compared to the NFL. This is one of the league's best defenses, but it's also one of the least expensive. That seems to run counter to common sense, as NFL fans have example after example of upgrading by paying more. And yet, defensive coordinator Shula has stitched together a smothering defense made up of young players and veteran castaways. But the price is not going to be cheap for long. You see, veteran inside linebacker Nate Landman just got a pay raise from his $1.1 million league minimum, and fans could not be happier. I agree. Clap it up real quick, everybody, for Nate Landman having an amazing season. We're going to dive into his stats here in a little bit because he's having an absolutely amazing season, and this pay raise is well deserved. And Josh and I kept talking about how you need to extend Nate Landman because he's been so valuable as the green dot of your defense, and the Rams have done that. We'll get into the specifics of the contract right now. And per NFL insider Ian Rappaport, Los Angeles has agreed to extend Landman for 3 more years at a guaranteed contract worth $15.6 million and a total contract valued at $22.5 million. While certainly warranted, the move comes as a bit of a surprise. LA has seldom shown interest in committing to an inside linebacker since hiring head coach Sean McVay. That is very true. They had Mark Barron back in the day. What y'all know about Mark Barron? That one was a pull right there. But obviously, my guy, Corey Littleton, as always, have to like the video whenever Corey Littleton is mentioned. But yeah, Ernest Jones as well, who wouldn't play until he got paid again. But this is such a great contract, and I'll tell you why. This contract is a $7.5 million AAV, which is tied for 26th among all inside linebackers per spot rack, as we're going to look up some of the names here. We got Fred Warner and Roquan Smith, top 2, makes sense. Tremaine Edmonds, a little high. Then you got Zach Mon, Nick Bolton, Patrick Queen, all guys you'd expect. Jermaine Sherwood, J.O.K. from Cleveland, Azeez Al-Shire from Houston, Robert Spillane, Terrell Bernard, Dre Greenlaw, Zaire Franklin, Frankie Louvu, all over $10 million. T.J. Edwards, Bobby Okereke, Aluakon on the Jags. So all these guys are over $10 million. I thought Landman was going to get a flat 3-year 30, kind of like what a Bobby Okereke got, because I do believe Landman's better than Okereke. Then you got guys like Ernest Jones, Levante David, Bobby Wagner, Logan Wilson, all these guys ahead of him. I kind of think Landman's better than a lot of them. Landman is going to be making the same as Baron Browning. Baron Browning. Blake Cashman, who was also very underrated. Pete Werner, I think he's better than a lot of these guys in this tier. Caden Ellis, Cody Barton, I feel like you should be a little higher up on this list. I think they underpaid him, but personally, this is a great deal for the Rams because you're not committing too much salary to him where you can't upgrade your defense, because you're going to pay Jared Verse, you're going to pay Byron Young after the season he's been having so far. That D-line's going to have to get paid. Someone's going to be, unfortunately, not able to come back, but that D-line, you're going to have to pay a couple of those guys. Quentin Lake is extension eligible. We'll see with his injury what the Rams decide to do with the value there has gone down a bit, but I think this is an absolute steal of a contract, having Nate Landman be the 26th, tied for it, highest paid inside linebacker in football. At $7 million, you do that contract 10 times out of 10. This is great work from Snead, great work from the front office, McVay, obviously the scouting department for finding Landman to be a great fit on this roster. Josh was all over Landman when they signed him. I liked it, but I didn't think it was enough, and boy, was I wrong. Nate Landman has been awesome for this team, and I could not be happier. Clap it up and like this video for Nate Landman's hard work paying off. Minimum to $7 million. We love to see it. But Nate Landman is distinctively different. He's a passionate player who exhibits the stuff of a leader, a selfless combination of on-field production and unbreakable football fierceness, yet he invokes passionate pleas to his teammates that strikes an emotional chord. He landed on a team that rewards not just production, but true locker room fits. One down, many more to go. Yeah, in terms of finding the right players for this Rams team, yeah, again, the scouting department did an amazing job here finding Nate Landman. Not necessarily finding him because he was a starter on the Falcons, but you know what I mean in terms of finding someone who can fit so well, be such a great locker room leader for this team wearing that green dot. So for the Rams, again, great job. It's a great day. It's a great day when you see guys who deserve to get paid, that they get paid, and they just stay a Rams. Hopefully Nate Landman keeps on playing well throughout this 3-year contract and stay a Ram because he's been so good for this team so far. And why are the Rams extending Landman, and why now? The team did the right thing, but was this the right time? After all, heading into Week 12 is not exactly a date veterans circle as their date for financial rewards. But General Manager Les Snead is crazy like a fox. He has layer upon layer for timing. Let's dive in. Yes, he does. Les Snead's a guy who runs on his own, man, but it works. What he does works. He's been a great GM for this Rams team for the past decade, leading to 2 Super Bowl appearances, winning 1, and the Rams team, when healthy, has been consistently in the playoff picture ever since their first year in LA, which was not great, but besides that, they've always been, when they're healthy, at the quarterback position, a playoff team and a Super Bowl adjacent contender. So I can't knock him, man. It's working, and this is another example of that so far. And the first reason is Landman is the true leader of this defense. Without casting any shade at other players, Nate Landman is the leader of this defense that LA didn't know it needed. In just 10 games, he has beaten, or is at the cusp of beating, every single statistical category of his career. He is durable, but does more than punch a time card. He does all the little things the right way, making himself a living standard for the others to follow. Yes, he does. As I said, we're going to go over his stats when he did that now. In just 10 games, he has 91 tackles already. 9.1 tackles per game. That is really, really impressive. I know tackles don't mean everything. His career high is 110 in 16 games in 2023. If he plays 3 more games, which I believe he will, he's going to absolutely blow past that. He has 1.5 sacks, with just a half sack off of his career high. 4 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries, both his career highs, as well as 4 pass deflections as well is a career high. He has 1 career interception, hasn't had that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets one this year. Landman has been a turnover forcing machine. He's made key tackle after key tackle. He's been so good in the run game as well for this Rams defense, and he's a true locker room leader, as this article has said. That's why these teammates have really gravitated towards him. Josh and I were a little interested as to why they picked Nate Landman to wear that green dot. And now you know why. He has been so good for this team, calling out the signals. And this defense, when they switch signal callers, has not missed a beat under Shula. Only 17.2 points per game allowed is awesome. And Landman is a key reason why, being the true quarterback of this defense. And the injury to Quentin Lake places more on Landman. The defense has several key contributors. Defensive back Quentin Lake has been the guy placed all over the field to optimize coverage assignments. Now that he is injured, the defense will need Nate Landman's leadership to carry it through the confusion and mental lapses that are bound to happen in Week 12. First off, we don't know anything's bound to happen. I highly doubt there's going to be confusion, per se. Everyone on this team knows the defense. We're in Week 12. I don't think the whole playbook's going to change in a week. Probably going to be some small changes here and there, but again, the Bucs are also so injured that I don't think you really have to make a lot of changes when you play this Bucs team as they currently are health-wise. But again, Landman is going to be that guy who's going to be tasked with voicing these changes out on the field. I do fully agree with that, but I don't know how real these changes are and how many they're going to be. There's going to be some more so for the defensive backs, I would say, because the pass rush kind of just let them eat. That's what's been kind of working lately. It hasn't been as good sack-wise, but they're still getting pressure, and I do see that happening in this game as well. But Landman's going to be a key reason why the Rams don't have as many lapses and mistakes and confusion that's bound to happen, because Landman is the guy who can bring this defense together for sure. And the Rams tried to coincide just after facing, timed it, I should say, to coincide just after facing former inside linebacker Ernest Jones. When the Rams parted ways with former starting inside linebacker Ernest Jones, the separate pass stunned fans. Months earlier, the two sides were actively negotiating an extension, and there is evidence that the trade shipping Jones to the Tennessee Titans was about new beginnings and not just about getting fair value. Jones was unwilling to play without an extension, Landman was. A subtle message to the former starter? I don't know if that's the case. I did say Ernest Jones ended up getting more than Landman, so fair play to Ernest Jones. You got to get the bag, so I do respect it, but I don't think this was the case. It could have been just to troll this, but again, Ernest Jones has been good for the Seahawks, so I don't really think they're mad paying him $9 million a year. So I could see that the Rams are maybe trying to do this, but I don't think this was the sole reason that they did this. Again, Landman is a better fit leadership-wise than Ernest Jones was, but also Ernest Jones was a younger player, so I don't expect him to come in being a leader right away, whereas Nate Landman had a few seasons under his belt, was undrafted, had to go through a bit more of a rigorous process to get where he is to today. Ernest Jones put in that hard work and effort too, but undrafted guys just have to put it in a little bit more. And again, this could be a message. I don't think it is. It would be pretty funny if it is. I don't blame him for trolling Ernest Jones. I mean, hey, I'm all for a good troll here and there. Both guys got paid. Both guys played well, so it doesn't really hurt anybody at the end of the day. And the NFL rumors over defensive coordinator Chris Shula have left the roster vulnerable. NFL rumors surrounding the inevitable hiring of defensive coordinator Chris Shula as a new NFL head coach are undeniable. The presumption that it's only a matter of time is the consensus. But LA faces a difficult offseason trying to extend a host of key contributors to the defense. If Shula leaves for a head coaching job elsewhere, those negotiations could become more difficult and expensive. Yeah, I could see that. I could see some players potentially following Chris Shula if he does go to a team that has a good base to it. Again, if he goes to the Titans, I highly doubt any players are following him to Tennessee. Sorry, Titans fans. But besides that, that is the key reason why I do agree that you want to have some idea of where you stand heading into the offseason. So this does make sense to sign Landman before Chris Shula. He's going to get poached for interviews. We'll see if Shula ends up taking any jobs. Obviously, his grandfather, Don Shula, one of the best football coaches of all time. Obviously, Chris Shula is still writing his own legacy, but looks pretty good himself so far as a defense coordinator. So we have to wait and see. Or maybe he'll want to wait it out because Sean McVay has talked about retirement before. I'm not saying Sean McVay is retiring soon. That's not been reported at all. But we do know that Chris Shula is a guy that McVay really trusts, and he could be in line to be the replacement already. We don't know that. So maybe he just waits it out. But if he's not going to wait it out and does want a head coaching job this offseason and gets one that he feels like he fits in, then I understand the Landman signed him regardless. But for the reasoning here, with Chris Shula being up in the air and the roster being potentially vulnerable, I do agree Landman's the guy that you want to bring back. He has been, again, the green dot wire of this defense and a true locker room leader. And Shula's first priority would be Landman, the defensive equivalent to a quarterback. Now that Landman is locked up for 3 more NFL seasons, the pressure is off. Yes, other players may defect, but few hold similar impact at running the show. This is a perfect extension, not just to reward a player who has outplayed his contract all season. This extension sets the stage for paying defensive stars and subsequently finding savings on the offensive side of the football. Stay tuned. Yeah, I can see that. Again, besides Puka, Devontae, and Kyren and Stafford, the offensive line is not terribly expensive, and the tight end room is relatively cheap as well. So, and the rest of your receivers are cheap. Corum's cheap. Hunter is cheap. So the Rams aren't really in like a cap emergency at all. I mean, that could change once you have to pay Verse, Byron Young, and some other defensive linemen. Again, one of those guys will probably get traded, I would think, so you can get some value instead of just letting him walk. We'll see who that ends up being. But yeah, overall, I do agree with a lot of these reasons. I don't necessarily think it was a troll in Ernest Jones. If it was, I am all for it, though. But first off, comment down below what you think of this Nate Landman signing. I am so happy for Nate Landman, happy for Rams fans, happy for the Rams defense. They kept their quarterback, who's been the difference maker this year. He has been the biggest difference maker. Him and Emmanuel Forbes, to me, have been the two guys that have really helped turn this defense around this year. From where it was at the beginning of last year to how it's been this entire year, yeah, those two are the key reasons why, for sure. But comment down below your thoughts on this signing. I want to know. But now I have to get into my score prediction for this game real quick. Tomorrow night, Rams-Bucs, Sunday Night Football, SoFi Stadium. The Bucs coming in with a ton of injuries. I laid them out yesterday. Chris Godwin questionable. No Mike Evans. No Bucky Irving. The O-line's healthier, but still not fully healthy. Defensively, no Kalijah Kancey. No Jamel Dean. Benjamin Morrison is questionable. Their other rookie corner. So, with all that being said, the Rams, Xavier Smith is still questionable. Obviously, no Higbee, no Quentin Lake, no Atwell. But besides that, the Rams are the healthier team overall. And I do have the Rams prevailing in this one. I have this being 30-21, the Rams do end up prevailing. I think the Rams can put up some points on this Bucs defense. Matthew Stafford and Devonta Adams with a get-right game on their connection, as well as a get-right game for the entire passing offense in general from last week's showing against the Seahawks, which was not great. Again, I have 30-21. The Rams get their 9th win of the season in my book, improving to 9-2, and the Bucs fall in danger of losing their division lead right now to the Panthers if they can win Monday night against the Niners. So comment down below right now your score prediction as well. Again, I have 30-21 Rams over Bucs. And that is all for this episode of Rams Digest. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We're on the road to 5K, 5,000 subscribers. So if you want to be a part of that journey, make sure to hit that sub button and click the notification bell. Click all so you get notified and never miss whenever we post our daily new Rams Digest video content pieces covering all things Rams, so you do not miss a beat this NFL regular season. And Josh and I believe we can hit 5K by the end of the year. So really, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video right now for Week 12 happening tomorrow. Rams, Bucs, looking forward to it. There will be some type of content coming your way. Yet to be determined what it is. I hope to stream. If I do stream, it'll be at around 5:15 p.m. Pacific time. Again, I hope to, but if not, there will be a video posted about this game. So leave a like right now if you do want me to stream as well. Leave a like for Nate Landman getting that extension, getting that bag, well deserved for him as well. And like the video for Corey Littleton being mentioned, as you always have to in any one of my videos. And comment down below your thoughts on the extension, how you're feeling about it, and your score prediction. I have 30-21 Rams beating the Bucs. I've been your host of Rams Digest, Josh Finehirsh. As always, that is all for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for another one, and have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.